Todd Bowles, he's out. Rich, do you like the move?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, come on, he had to go. Like, the attitude is not right. You know, he's just acting like the coolest guy on the sideline, and like, dude, you're not winning games. You can't just stand there like, oh, I'm so cool. Like, oh, it's fine.
He's too cool for Rich. No, but we talked about that attitude with like the press and everything only works if you're winning.
Right.
It gets real old, real quick when you're not winning. Like, who does it? Saban does it. Belichick does it. Well, they dominate their team. You know, and then elsewhere, those guys, you know, don't. How do you feel about Todd Bowles?
It really comes down to game plan for me personally. I could take or leave Bowles. I wouldn't have minded if he was there personality-wise. Don't really care. Game plan. You saw it yesterday with the Ravens, right? You cannot have a game plan where you're run heavy. You run for two, give your quarterback one chance to pass. That was the Jets' game plan.
Yeah.
You can't, and that does not work consistently unless you have the greatest running game that I've ever seen. And then people plan for it, and then that doesn't even matter. It's you cannot win like that.
I completely agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you. The personality is one thing, but I agree with Donnie. That's not the NFL anymore. No. The NFL rules have really, they've changed, they've evolved, and they reward people who take chances and coaches that take chances and then really open it up. Look at Peterson, the new coach in Philly. You know, goes for on fourth down a lot. You got Nagy on the Bears, even though they turned it around.
Right.
These offensive guys who take chances, who go for on fourth down, don't punt all the time, don't kick any field goals. And a lot of people told me, like Jet fans told me, that Bowles made no halftime adjustments. Like he was the worst.
Clearly, yeah.
He was the worst. Like the other team would make halftime adjustments, and then he would just be behind.
No, you're right.
There was a game against that game against the Browns this year. Remember, like the coming out party for Baker Mayfield, when they had that first big win. It really was actually.
It's Mayfield's first game.
Yeah.
They were joking about Bowles openly on the broadcast. Like, wow, the Jets really are committed to the run. Down by like 2 touchdowns in the second half. Like, pretty late. Like, it's disgusting.
Talk about game plan. Taylor started that game. They had once Mayfield came in, they looked like they weren't even prepared they didn't know who this guy was.
Yeah. Well, that's defensively also, though.
Yeah.
But the offensive game plan is garbage. And the Jets wide receivers, sadly, we're calling it like it is. They didn't mention Bates' name, but they were blaming him for the season, and Bowles allowed that to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Rich, they're looking for a new coach. Do you have a wish list?
I don't have a wish list, but like, yeah, honestly, I just wanted to make a point about Donnie's previous point there, but he doesn't coach. It's an old style of coaching. You're totally right, and you have these players. We don't have top tier talent, so you got to coach for that. Yeah. You can't run it, 80-90% of the game, expect to win with. If we have Elijah McGuire.
Yeah,
maybe. Hopefully.
I actually do like Elijah McGuire, but you still have to change the game plan.
Isaiah Crowell, come on.
Yeah. Like, no offense. Like,
they didn't at the end of the year.
He had one 200-yard game.
Yeah. 200-yard game.
He had that one good game. That was great.
No, he's right. His season statistics were terrible.
Yeah.
McGuire should be the starter going into next year,
good,
but you do need a good passing
don't
game.
Forget Powell too. That's
he had that.
Powell's career might be over.
Yeah. I know. Well, I'm gonna ask Donnie then. Do you have a little bit of a wish list for who the Jets are gonna look for?
Not a person, but just somebody who a quarterback's coach. That's it.
I agree.
Yeah. Like a Frank Reich, because you see what he's doing with Luck, the comeback player of the year. Yeah.
I got that. Donald really, after he came back from that little
phenomenal.
Injury, he looked great.
He didn't look good. He looked great. Yeah.
He looked great. No, that's right. Phenomenal. He looked something you really want to hang your hat on. Very promising. You got to get someone in here that can develop him. Look at the difference between. We'll go back to and I think McVay is could be a diamond in the rough. Let's just say he could be a singular.
Yeah, that could be a 1-year type thing.
But what I mean is that
still not impressive right now.
But what I mean is that look at the difference between Goff with Jeff Fisher and Goff with Sean McVay. Yeah, Sean McVay.
A good coach.
Exactly.
Even if we don't say great.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Fisher's terrible.
Old school, new school mentality.
Exactly. Get a new school guy who could take Donald and take him to that next step.
But they also do
and then you're looking at a promising future.
Yeah, they're guys. They're also guys that mix in a lot more gadget plays.
Yes, yeah,
that
exactly.
like screens to really fast running backs
Be
that are not
inventive.
your main running back. Like they'll have two different types of running backs. They're guys that actually employ that type of strategy, and that's what works. Even if those plays are not always successful, it doesn't matter because you're going to get a couple of 30, 40-yard plays. That's going to be the difference in the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I say don't go after Mike McCarthy. I know he has the pedigree.
No, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I could abstain
I
from
just
that.
don't think I think he ran stale with the Packers and he ran stale with Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he just ran stale.
I wouldn't go that far
conservative.
anymore.
I think he did. I didn't think he was inventive with gadget plays. I think he relied a lot on Rodgers, and I think this is one of the most important decisions. This could be the most important Jets coaching decision for a long time.
Well, I was going to say because the Darnold decision was one of the biggest decisions for a long time.
For coaching, especially because you have Darnold, a quarterback who could be the future for you guys.
It would be the first. It would be the first guy that they go to in a long time that's not a defensive coach.
Yeah.
That's what they have to do. Or they could double down. They could go for a defensive coach again, but then they need a ridiculously good offensive coordinator.
I was about to say, then you better bring in someone that's top-line offensive coordinator.
Get Le'Veon Bell on the team.
Exactly. I think the Jets are in an attractive position for a coach for that reason. I know you mentioned Le'Veon Bell. They have a ton of cap room.
Yes, they do.
They have a young quarterback. It's New York City. I think this is an attractive position for. I think you can build a team. I know that there's still holes on the team, but they have the way.
time.
They have
The
the number 3 overall pick. They have a top quarterback. They have cap room to really build this team. Go Bridgeside.